Good morning, students. Welcome back. I'm Rajni Bhatt, TGT Social Science from DPS Haldwani, Lamachor. Students, as we know that nowadays we are doing the chapter Nationalism in India from History in Social Science. Earlier we came to know about so many different things about the rise of the sense of nationalism among the people of India. Okay, different incidents happened in India which were quite sufficient to raise the spirit of nationalism in Indian people better. Okay, and we came to know about the prominent role of Gandhiji by leading so many movements in country India. Okay, many people, or we can say almost all the people, got motivation from Gandhiji to stand against British for their cruelty, for their unfavorable policies and schemes, laws and acts. Now students, the different subtopics which we have to discuss today are how participants saw the movement. Students, in our previous session we came to know about the civil disobedience movement beta. Okay, that was too much when Simon Commission came to India in 1928. Okay, according to that, Indian people were not the part of British Council as the form of government. Okay, British Council was just like government to rule in India, and there Indians were not allowed to participate or to be the member. So it was a kind of irony for Indians that they were citizens of country India, but they did not have right to make or to frame policies and schemes for Indians better. They knew very well about the problems, about the different issues of Indians in comparison of British. Even then, according to Simon Commission, Indians, they did not have right to be the part of government. That was too much for Indians, and they started civil disobedience movement. Means they denied to follow those rules. Okay, so in today's first subtopic beta, we have to discuss about the way of thinking of Indians for civil disobedience movement beta. As we know that different people lived in India at that time also and at this time also, but we have to talk about the people who were at that time in India. Okay, so too many people lived there in Indian society, and they had a different point of views to think about civil disobedience movement. They took civil disobedience for different purposes. Okay, different sections, different ways to think for civil disobedience. So in first subtopic we have to discuss civil disobedience. Okay, according to the point of views of the people, different people. Now second subtopic is limits of civil disobedience. Beta, although civil disobedience movement gave a platform to Indians to stand against British for their independence, for their rights, yet few people were there in Indian society at that time who did not have right to enjoy better their life, who were still facing different problems. So we have to talk about those people in second subtopic beta. So let's start with the first subtopic, that is how participants saw the movement. Okay, so beta, here in this subtopic we will talk about different people in Indian society and how did they contribute for civil disobedience movement beta. Okay, so we will start with the group of peasants. Okay, peasants, farmers, poor people. So what happened beta? As in my previous session also I told you, farmers and peasants, okay, farmers or we can say peasants, they faced a lot of problems under British rule. What was the major problem? They were forced by British to grow indigo only. So due to this, they were not able to grow food grains on their fields and finally they faced the problem of hunger beta. They did not have sufficient food to eat. They faced the problem of starvation and finally they started dying in the lack of food beta. Famine was there. Okay, so that was too much for Indians. Now later on, British extracted too much revenue from them beta. Not only from peasants or farmers, but from poor people also, who worked in different fields. So that was also means too much for these people beta. They were not able to pay that revenue. So under civil disobedience movement, peasants, farmers or poor people, they joined that movement for what? They denied to give that revenue beta. For the refusal of paying that revenue, they joined civil disobedience movement under the guidance of Gandhiji beta. Peasants, farmers and poor people. Okay, in the different corners of country India, different peasants, farmers and poor people, they joined civil disobedience movement for this purpose. What was the purpose? They refused to pay that revenue. Okay, so we can write here. So first we have taken the group of peasants or farmers we can say and poor people. So I can write here peasants and farmers peasants farmers and poor people refused to pay revenue under civil disobedience beta. Okay, now after that another group was also there. That was the group of industrialists, businessmen. Okay, beta, during First World War, the industrialists or businessmen of country India, they got golden opportunity to make very good money beta. Why? Because almost all the countries were engaged in First World War, so manufacturing work was not going on there in those countries. So at that time they took help of country India for sending so many things which were needed by the soldiers or different people. Okay, excuse me. So at that time Indian businessmen or traders got golden opportunity to earn good money. Okay, they exported different things to those countries and in return they made good money. Okay, so at that time they demanded from the British government to not to put barriers on foreign trade for them. Okay, not to extract too much revenue for exporting things to other countries. But British did not accept their demands, and against that businessmen joined civil disobedience movement beta. Okay, so again I am repeating beta to make you understand. Now first we understood how peasants, farmers or poor people took civil disobedience movement beta. Okay, they participated for what? For refusal to pay the revenue to British. Now after that we are discussing about the role of businessmen or industrialists. Okay, what happened? They also beta contributed in civil disobedience, but their purpose was something different. What was that? To get support of British for different things, like barriers should not be there on foreign trade. Too much barriers should not be there on foreign trade. Okay, revenue should not be extracted for exporting things to other countries. But British did not accept their demand, so businessmen, they also joined the civil disobedience movement for this purpose. Okay beta, they did not stand for their independence or rights. They stood against British for accepting their demands, not to put barriers on foreign trade, and not to extract too much revenue for exporting things to other countries. So we can write point here, beta. Okay, G.D. Birla. So many businessmen were there who contributed in civil disobedience movement, beta. G.D. Tata. Okay. Businessmen participated to fulfill their demands for business and trade. I have already told you, beta, what kind of demands were there. Okay, too much barriers should not be there on foreign trade, and too much revenue should not be extracted by British on exporting things to other countries, beta. Now let's move to another section. That was the workers who worked in different industries, beta. Okay, the different workers who worked in different industries, beta. Okay, how they